Hello, welcome to again in today's live session. Uh, Today again we are going to discuss about some programs. As you can see on my screen, and that is structure. In previous session we discussed about that how to write the programs using functions. Now today we are going to talk about the structures. Then gradually we'll move forward and we'll also discuss some non-programming parts. Just quick revision. It will be for 1 month. As you can see on my screen, there are some programs from basic programs here I have taken. Uh, so while writing the programs, we'll also discuss about that theory part little bit there. We won't go in detail. We'll see actually what is the structure in Indian. So our main target or the focus is on how to write the programs. So we'll be revising everything there. Now let's start the coding part here. So here I have taken some programs. Let's discuss about that. I'm going to change my screen here. Okay, now going to create a new file here. So first simple program we are going to write there. That is making a structure, okay, and assigning some values. With some values. So what we need first, we need a header file. Main function. Okay, this is also we can define either inside the main or outside the main. So both the ways we can do here. Let's see first inside extract suppose first is student. So whenever we start a structure, then what happens there? We have to put its on opening and closing braces. Looks like this one. This is the name of structure. Yes, this is also called the structure track, and this is called opening and the closing. And inside it, we have to put some members. Suppose first member is the student ID, and next is the student name. Yes, that's all. So this is our definition part of his structure. It is inside the main function. means it becomes local to main. Okay, so this is called definition of structure. So this is the name. So in one sentence, what we can say that what is this structure? Structure simply we can say that uh, uh, structure it is that user defined data type in which we can store multiple data items of different type. So obviously we can see different types are there. So this is called structure. Nothing more than. And this entire part is called structure definition part in which we define the members. So this is the first member and this is the second member. So just writing comment here. So this is a structure definition. So this is the first member and this is the second member. Yes, yes. And after that what happens? Okay, let's move ahead there. Now what we want there, we want to define some values of these all the members. Yes, for that we need a variable. We have two choices of variable. First we can write the variable here downside the closing braces, and for that simply we have to write a struct student and suppose that is s. So this is called variable of struct student. Okay, so this is the variable. We can also define the variable over here. Okay, and we have not done, we are defining here, and after that we have to assign some values. So how to assign that? For that we have to take help of this variable, there is s, this variable. So s dot uh, student id equals to 30. Yes, and next is the strcpy, that is s dot student name. Let's give a name here, computer science. Yes, so to copy the string we have to use strcpy, and for that what we need there, string dot s. After that we have to print the values. To print simply we have to put print a function here. So id equals to d and name equals to s. Here is s dot student id, and next is s dot student name. Yes, at last we return 0. Let's save it. Okay, now going to run the program. Look here, here is the output. Can you see the output? So this is called that defining structure, and after that we have to give a value. It's very simple here. So ID is 30 and this name is a computer science, which we have defined here. One thing is there, this structure block we can put outside, then that becomes global here. It also can be used inside the main. And this is the name of variable as. If we put this as here, or just in the same line as the closing is here, then this part is not needed. Okay, and this is called assigning the value. And to assign the string, we have to use strcpy, nothing more there. And to access these all the members, we have to use this structure variable. And with that structure variable, additionally we also need the dot operator. It's very simple. Okay, now let's put this outside the main. What happens? Say Control X here. Okay, it is also fine. Now going to save. Let's run the program. Same output we are getting here, no change in output. Okay, but mechanism is different there. It's very simple. So this was about the defining structure and defining some values. Now we are going to talk about how to go for the input. Yes, how to go for the input. For that input, let's save same program here. File, save as. Input 2. Okay, for that input, what do we need here? We don't need this part here. I'm going to remove, and here simply we have to put the first, we have to define a variable. So struct student, then give a name of variable, suppose as here. After that printf enter student ID and name. Scanf D. So here is as that is ID. Now scanf percentage s, then here s dot name. That's all. Okay, same process we have to follow, just we have to replace the that assignment statement with this scanf, nothing more there. And this variable we can also put outside here, outside the main. Since it is inside the main, it becomes local. Outside means if we are going to use any function, then they can also access this variable. Now saving, going to run this program. If any bug comes, we'll see it. Here is the what is the student ID. Student ID is here, suppose 1 2 3, and name suppose Raj Shrestha. Here is a ID and here is a Raj. It's very simple, yes or no? But actually this Shrestha it has been truncated, and if we want this Shrestha, then what we need there, we have to use gets, that is the first wise. If not, we have to change this SSU file. Okay, that's all. Now let's change the program by putting this statement outside the main. Control X, let's put here. Okay, now saving, let's run same program here. 543 name Shamir. Here is output. Yes, Do you have any questions here? So do you have any confusion here? If any confusion, let me know. No questions? Okay. So it was a very simple program, nothing more we have to do. Okay. Now next we are going to talk about here. That is okay. So first we have done there to input and display book information, title, author, price. Let's write the second one. Okay. So this is the question. Now what we need there? First, we need header file. Let's define the structure, and structure name not given here in the question. So simply we can use ourselves book, and after that, what are the members? Members are here. Title, author, and price. So title, it is obviously char type. So char book title. Then next is the author, char book author. It is also character type. Yes. Next is the price. So float. We are taking float here. Book book price. Okay, so what we have done, we have finished the first part, that defining the structure. Yes, now what we need there, we need a simple variable to access these all the members. Without variable we cannot access them. Let's define a variable over here. Suppose here is p. Yes, that's all. Let's go with the main function. Inside that, what we need, we have to input all the data. So let's go for the input here. Since already we have declared a variable, let's go for the input. So printf enter books title. This is gets here. That is b dot. First is the author. Next is the printer. Enter books author. Gets b dot title author. Okay, title is here. Here is author. Next is the enter books price. Here is b dot price. That's all. And after that, what we need there, simply we have to print the values. Yes, so printf author equals to, sorry, title equals to s, author equals to s, and price equals to f. That's all. Same variables we need again there. B dot first is the title, then B dot we need the author, then B dash we need the price. That's all. After that we need return here, since we are using it, so return 0. So saving now. So this is the third program. 1 2. Okay, so structure, then input book program 3. That's all, nothing more we have to do. So I'm just going to recall. First let's run the program. Enter books title, title, that is computer, books author Ram Kumar, price suppose 890. Here is the output. Look here, computer science author Ram Kumar, price this one. Yes or no? It's very simple program, and just we can write in this way. Now let's recap from top to bottom here. So this is the structure definition. This is the variable of this structure, and using this we are going to access these all the members. And here we have done input. This is also input, and this is also input, and here is the output. And to access these all the members, what we need there? We need to use the dot operator, that is called period operator. That's all. So it's very simple program, nothing more there. So want to say anything? Now we are going to talk about the next program here. Okay, next program we are going to take here is what is that? I'm going to show you here. Okay. So next program is employee details and print them. Yes, means the members are not given here. Simply we have to consider ourselves there, and then we have to input and we have to print them. So how to go for that? Let's write the same program here. I think you can also write yourself there. Next is a write a program to store data this and display entity. Means we have to enter first day, then we have to enter month, then year, then we can print accordingly, nothing more there. Next is a write a program using union to store an integer and display it. Let's go for it, 5 number. Okay, let's write the 5 number. Okay, this is the program. First I'm going to change the sound of my keyboard a little bit louder. Okay. Okay, I don't like this sound here. Wait. Okay, now first we have to define a union here, just like structure. Let's give a tag name here, number. Since the question says that you store an integer, so let's declare a variable and that's all. Let's go with the bin. And after that, what we need there? We have to go for input. So let's go for input here. First, we have to define a variable of this union. So union number variable b r. Okay, so this is the variable. So printf into a number scanf d. Just like structure, to access this member, we have to use dot operator. How? In this way, vr dot end. It's very simple there. Now we're going to print it. Vr dot end. You know, it's very simple. It's very simple program. Okay. Now going to save it. Union input program 3, suppose it is 4. Okay, dot c. Now going to run it. Here is the output, as you can see on my screen. Can you see? Okay, now you can see here. Suppose the number is 54. Here is number 54. So what's the difference between this union and structure? Structure actually they both are using different data types. When we talk about the structure, then structure stores multiple different type of data items. Union also does that. Structure it does not share the memory. Obviously, structure does not share the memory. But when you talk about the union, union shares the memory. Means in same memory location, the union can store multiple data items, multiple members. Now, which one is responsible to store all the members? The largest one. Okay, here is only one, so it does not matter here. But if there are multiple members over here, then the largest one it is used to store all other members. But in structure, what happens? Multiple different blocks are created inside the structure block, and they are used to store the values. That's all. I hope you also got this one. So do you have any confusion? Let me know there. No confusion? Fine there. Okay, so this was about the union. I hope you understand about the union. Some minor differences are there, but union is applicable when we write the some like embedded programming, then for that union is applicable. But if we want to share the memory, then union is applicable. If we don't want to share the memory, then the structure is applicable. Now we are going to talk about the next program, which I have here. Can you see my program here? Okay. So now next level of programming we are going to write here, in which we have to enter multiple data. So how? Let's see some few programs here. I'll show you one or two, then you can write yourself. If any confusion occurs, then you let me know. Okay. So first number is write to program to store details of 5 using array syntax and display them. Okay. Let's write the 6 number, in which we will be entering the 5 instance details. So going to create a new file here. First, we need a header file here. Now, what we need here? We need a structure. Let's define a structure here. Okay, strings. Going to give the strings here. So, what are the members? It is not mentioned in question. Yes, is it mentioned? No. So, what we need here? Let's define officers. Suppose first is a student ID. Next is a name. Okay, student ID name. Only this one suppose. Okay. Some more members we can also use there. For now, we are using only two. Now, what we need there? We need a variable to access these all the members. We'll be defining the variable inside the main function. Let's define a variable struct students. Since we are asked to enter 5 students, so it must be array, means we have to create the array of the structure. Without array, we cannot do that. Suppose that is m, and how many elements, how many records we are going to enter there? 5. So let's give 5 here. We can also give more than 5, and just we can modify the loop. Now we need the loop variable here I. Let's run the loop for I equals to 0 less than equals to 4 I plus plus. Yes. Now let's go for the input. First is ID. So printf enter ID. Enter ID of the student. That is I plus 1. Scanner. Here is m. I. Then dot ID. Now what we need here? Well, we have to go for input of this next member, that is the student name. Printf enter name of student. So I plus 1 scanner m I again. So dot student name. That's all, nothing more we have to do here. So since this loop runs 5 times here, 0 to 4, since this is an array, we have to start from the 0 location, and after that it goes on running until the value of I it is less than or equals to 4. As it exceeds 4, then what happens? It stops there. What we need there? Now we have to print the values. So we can copy the same loop here. Control C. I'm doing copy and paste. You can write there. Let's put one printing statement of print of records are. Here scanf is not needed. Instead of write scanf, simply we have to put a printf. Yes. So here is id equals to this one. Let's put here /t, name equals to this one /n. Here is, let's remove this part and let's put this part here. We can also use multi-line to print the values. This part is not needed, removing this part here. This part is also not needed, removing this part here. So I read this one, name is this one. That's all, nothing more. Now going to put return 0, saving now. 4 programs we have written there. Now this is 5th number. So struct array program number 5.c. Now going to run it. If any bug comes, we'll see that. So there is no bug. Enter ID of first student asking for the input. Okay. It is asking for the input. Suppose first is 1, name, name, to, enter name of second student, Sam, 3, then name of third student, Rumi, ID 4, name Sujin, then ID 5, name Kamal. Look here. So this is how records are displayed. Yes, sir? It's very simple. So this is how it works there. Any confusion here? So do you have anything to ask me? It's a very important program. It comes frequently in our exam here, and this way we can write there. And just like previous program, we can define our variable outside the main function. It is not necessary that it must be here and there. So anywhere we can put it. So before the inputs and the outputs, because without this we cannot access the members. To access these all the members, we have to use the variable. And if we want to store multiple values, then we have to make the variable array. So this is called array of structure. Okay, so this was the next program. Now let's see next program here. What is the question I want to show you? Can you see my screen? I think you can see my screen here. Okay. Now next program is write program to find the student with highest marks using structure. Means we give the total marks of different students, and we try to find the which one student has got their highest marks. So how to find that? We have to create first algorithm, then we have to write the program. So can you do yourself here this program? Okay, let's write the 7 number question here. If you are with me and if your laptop is on, you can write program with me. Okay. Now I'm going to create a new file. Again, we have to put first here header file. Let's make a structure first. Struct strengths marks. Okay. So what we need here, members, they are not mentioned here in the question. Simply we are asked to find the highest marks using structure. Suppose we are going to input the 5 students total marks. Let's give here float total marks. Let's give a variable here b5. Yes, yes. I am going to take a next variable here b1. Now main. First we have to go for input int I for 0 less equals to for I plus plus. Printf enter strings marks. We can also put here simply I instead of writing I plus 1. Let's go for input scanf. Now we have to use a variable b. Since we are going to input multiple values, so we have to use a b, and this b1 it is used for the another purpose. I'll show you that later on. So b then I dot total marks here. So input done. Yes. Since it is float type, so we have to use f here. Okay. And after that, what we need there? Let's give here a variable b1 equals to b0. So total marks, yes. We can put simply max. Max also can be variable. So this is total marks. What we need there? We need same loop here. Just going to copy it. We dotted this part. What we need here? If b1 is less than total marks, then if the value of b1 is smaller than its first location marks, that is 0, then what happens there? b1 it should get the, like suppose if b1 is having 12 and b0 is being 50, then the 50 it should be stored in the b1, yes or no? So b1 equals to b I total marks. If it is smaller than this much marks there, then the value it should be stored in the b1. Otherwise, it will not store there. That's all. And after that, what we have to do there? We have to print the highest marks. Highest marks equals to okay. Next program we'll be using b1. For now, actually, it is not applicable here, so I remove that. That much. Okay, going to save it. Start highest marks program 5. .c. Going to run it now. If any bug comes, we'll see that total marks, suppose 453 321 347 456 231. Okay, look here, we have got the highest marks, that is 456. Is it there? Okay, it is 456. So this is how we can get here. So what is the logic here? We have to input, first of all we have to define the structure. Since we are asked to input the highest marks, I mean that total marks of multiple students, so make the variable array. Yes, that's all. After that, go for the input. Here we have done input here, and we have to compare the marks. To compare the marks, so what we have done here, we have stored first value of the first location in one variable, that is p1, which is a floating type. Yes, we have stored there is a 0 location, and after that p1 value is compared with all other remaining values like 1, 2, 3, and so on. So if the value of v1 is smaller than remaining all other values, then what happens? The values of all other locations, they are stored, means overwritten to the v1, and after that we have to print from here. So this is how it works, and nothing more there. So do you have any confusions here? Okay, tomorrow again we will write some few programs, and then we'll go for the MCQs. I hope you are sure about this one. If you have any confusions, doubts, just join this session there every day 4 to 5 p.m. Okay, so thank you. uh, Join me again tomorrow at same time, 4 to 5 p.m. Same platform, Facebook and YouTube. Okay, stay tuned there, and tell your friends to join here and just learn something new. Or if you have any questions, confusions, let me know there. Okay.